Timmy, what's going on, buddy?
Nothing, man. I love that. It's
I
been a while
almost,
since I've had a good one.
almost missed the cue there. I'm busy pouring a drink to start.
Getting fired up already, hey, buddy? All right.
Getting her going. Season 5, episode number 10 on the 3BeerPod. Welcome to it. I'm Chris. That is Tim. We got a couple of announcements to make, which we'll make here in a couple of minutes. Let's just get rolling right into it, Tim, because we got some things to cover here tonight on the pod. Thanks to our sponsors. Yeah. Who do we got tonight?
Oh, our good friend Chris McLeod over at Realty House. Moving houses in this hot market. If you're looking to buy or sell, Chris McLeod is your man. Give him a call there at Realty House. Also, Shauna over at the Health House, ck.com as well. If you're looking to get healthy this summer, stay healthy like Chris and I, check out her website. Lots of summer classes coming up. I'm going to feel the burn this summer. Going to jump in some of these classes. Maybe I'll even make a guest appearance or two in Sean's classes. She doesn't know that yet, but tune in just to see that. And our old friends at the Pakistan Super League who just claimed this video, as I said their name. Obviously, we just want to be friends, guys.
Should we explain what that means? Yeah, I get a lot of people say, how'd you get the Pakistan Super League as a sponsor? So what happens? Okay, so you're probably watching right now on Facebook live with us on Tuesday nights. You could be watching on YouTube as well. You might be watching the replay on Instagram TV, IGTV, or you might be listening to the audio at some point, cutting your grass here this week. So either way, we appreciate the way you do it. But what happens on Facebook when we start streaming, for some reason, the fine people at the Pakistan Super League can put in a claim on the video, say we own it. They're using our copyrighted material. Is this yours? Pakistan Super League?
Is this your dynasty rating?
Do you want this? Come on. So they put a claim in, and every week we have to go in front of a board of some sort and put our claim in, and then eventually a week later they release it. And then
last week's claim was a little feisty, Cloudy. It was a little feisty. Hopefully Facebook and our friends at the Pakistan Super League saw that and said, hey, these guys just want to be friends. If not, they're not going to like us after last week's claim. But we just want to be friends, guys.
All we want is the Pakistan Super League to appear on some episode just to get it. And maybe we have a relationship, some synergy.
I would also like a free season pass. So I can tune in. If they're watching right now, send us a link. I'd love to tune into the Pakistan Super League. It's
more so than you already do, right?
Yeah, but I can't get them all because sometimes it's blacked out, local blackouts and stuff like that. So I can't see them all. so I just want to be able to see all the games. So send us a package, send us a password, send us something. We just want to be friends, guys.
All we did, we were like, hey, if you're going to claim our video, we'll make you a sponsor. And we'll see that goes. Oh, that's good stuff, Tim. Let's get into what you drinking, bud, where we highlight a couple of beers that we're enjoying during the pod here tonight. I just had my first sip of this one. Do you want to start? Let's start with this, Tim, because we had talked about this. Our friends over at Red Barn getting set to celebrate their 1-year anniversary. So we had ordered this a couple weeks back. And here's
we picked up our package this weekend.
Yep.
Which came
with a T-shirt.
Yeah, saved that one for Canada Day. Beautiful Red Barn Canada Day T-shirt. We cracked one of those on Sunday. Delicious.
Yes.
I highly recommend trying it out. So talk to Denny a little bit about it. There's a lot of stuff in this anniversary beer, like ingredients wise. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to give it away because I want you to get out there and try it. And again, if you haven't been out to Red Barn yet, or if you live close by and you haven't been out there yet, get out there and check out their patio because it's a beauty. Denny talked me into having a beer on Sunday.
Talked you into it.
I was just going to pick up my package. Happened to be an open table at the patio. Couldn't resist. Beautiful shade. Nice little breeze. Saw some old friends there. It was nice. Great spot. Check it out. Also, grab one of these packages. There's still some available. Is that right, Cloudy?
That's right. So they are available. You can't walk in and grab them at the brewery. They will have some on tap though at some point. And like we said, it's got that cool T-shirt too. The Cheers A Canada Day 1-year celebration with Red Barn. And you can go online and get it at the farm store. Which again, here I'll throw it back up for you. redbarnbrewing.com. Get yours and get it soon because they are moving pretty quickly. But pretty cool. What was the story, Tim, with the ingredients in this?
I think it has ingredients from every beer they've made in this past year, which is I think 19 different beers. I don't know, numbers might be off, but it's close. They've had a lot of different beers in a pandemic year. It's pretty exciting stuff, and some more new ones coming down the pipe, and some delicious stuff on tap there too. So check it out. Big fan of everything that's going on at Red Barn. So check it out
for sure. We had Wellington Brewery on a couple episodes. Maybe it was last season. We had them on, and we've got a nice little relationship going right now. They sent us an email yesterday, said we'd like to send you guys some beers. We could not reply fast enough. So they sent some, and you made a little porch drop off here where we separated and kind of divvied up what was in the package.
Yeah, so it's part of their Party Favors mix pack. So they had there's a peach sour, a cherry vanilla sour, a margarita ghost, a pineapple ghost. Which one do you got, buddy?
So I am here. I'll show you. First of all, this is the cherry vanilla sour blowout, is what it's called. Haven't cracked that yet, so I'm gonna see if I can get to that tonight. The pineapple ghost. This is the other one I had picked here. The pinwheel pineapple ghost from Wellington. Our friends over at Wellington. And then, do you want me to mention this other one? No.
Which other one?
The IPA.
Oh. Yeah, I might as well. That one sounds exciting.
Oh, Timmy, I just had a couple sips of it.
So that's the one you were trying. That's the raked over IPA with mango, pineapple, and habanero.
Yes, and it says here in the back, three peppers, extra hot. I didn't realize
juice bomb is how they described it.
Good, very good. It burns good.
And that one is a rebrew, and it's now in the LCBO. So easy pickup. And I had just ordered from Wellington. I ordered from a lot of breweries last week.
Yeah.
Got lots of beer coming for friends and family for this summer. Actually ordered from 8 different breweries. Wellington was on that list. Nice. The deliveries were rolling in yesterday, and then we got this surprise delivery from Wellington. It's been a great beer week already for a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Little burn on that one going down. What else? So I just showed you the 3 I've got from Wellington. Which ones did you get?
I got this is Cocktail Swords, and this is the Margarita Ghost. Yes. And I've got the Ring Toss, which is a peach sour. Ring Toss.
Ooh, yep.
Sour. Then they just threw in a Hell's Lager because they said it's crushable. It's a great patio beer, and I'm going to drink that today as well. I also, this is kind of my go-to in-betweener now. This is the hop water. So I had this when I was recovering from vertigo a couple episodes ago, but I think this is going to be a staple in the fridge during the summer. I ordered some from them it gives you a little hop flavor. It's just refreshing crusher in between. 0 alcohol, 0 sugar. No, there's sugar. There's sugar. I lied.
It was like a healthy beverage.
No, there's no sugar.
Oh,
no sugar, no carbs, no alcohol. So you're like, why are you drinking that? Because it's refreshing. And every once in a while, you just need a little, in-betweener.
Or a little tweener. Our guest here.
Hold on a second. I'm going to crack this peach one. Go ahead,
Get her in, yeah.
Sorry.
Our guest here tonight will be Jeff Leeson, comedian Jeff Leeson, who will be the first ever 3-time guest on the 3BeerPod. So we're pretty excited to have him.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, we were looking forward to this.
I think he's funny as hell, and I'm glad that we get to talk to him one more time.
Yeah. Let's mention it now, Tim. This will be the final episode of season 5. We had hoped to be back again next week, but vacations, it's right leading into the holiday. My daughter's graduating high school, which I thought would be weird if we're doing a little graduation thing, and then I'm like, I gotta go pod. Like, just give me a minute here. So but we've already got a couple plans in the works, so there'll be like a couple of season 5 bonuses, probably through July, a couple through August, and then we'll take intermittent during the summer, but we will have some pods for you over the summer months.
Do we want to mention our other project right now, Cloudy, too?
Should we mention that here? Our other project, like
we got nothing else to do, guys.
Yeah,
we're just happy that people want to listen to us and have a beer with us. So we decided to throw something else in the mix.
Yeah, so we're doing an audio only podcast. We have decided to call it the Dad Pod, which is just a couple of dads talking about dad things. And we've posted it on our Facebook page. If you haven't seen it yet, you can find it. There's the Dad Pod. And about 15 minutes every other week or so, we just talk about dad stuff. We had the first episode out just prior to Father's Day, and things that dads would want for Father's Day was the first topic. We got a couple of ideas for episode number 2. You can download it, just subscribe, and I don't know, whatever else.
Rate, review,
rate,
review.
Give us a holla. Yeah, and then holla. What we thought we would do is have other dads on at different times. So we'll have dad talk, being just dadding it up, right?
Yeah,
so that's Dad Pod.
It's fun, dude. It's fun. Yeah. Tune in. People did, which is pretty fun too.
Yeah, it is for sure. Wanted to mention a couple things here in the beer buzz tonight. North Bay Brewery has launched a beer to help support the city's Pride Month, which is Pride Month all over the place. But they have released a new beer called the Real Love Golden Lager. And they launched it back in 2019. It's been overwhelming success, and they bring it back every June. Gateway City Brewery. Last year when I went on vacation, I made a stop at Gateway City. It's a pretty cool place.
You made it there.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to hopefully be up there soon. Maybe they'll have some left over. I'd like to give that a try. The Real Love Golden Lager is available from Gateway City up in North Bay. So that's one of the stories I had tonight, Tim. You had something else there too tonight, didn't you?
I sure did.
Did you remember?
I did. I got the Tragically Hip beer. Yes. So in February-ish, I think, the Hip and Mill Street were not getting along with the
that's right.
What was it? The Meridian.
100th Meridian?
Yeah, 100th Meridian. Yeah. Mill Street had the 100th Meridian. The Hip not fans of that. And now you can probably see why. Because the Hip wanted to release their own beer. They have their own beer called Lake Fever Lager. Clean, uncompromised lager with a golden color and very approachable hop profile. Sounds like a Hip song right there. They're doing it with Big Rock, which is a pretty big brewery out of Calgary. But you can actually get it here. You can pre-order stuff, go on the Big Rock website, and it will be delivered to Ontario. Yeah. So
I'd like to crush some of that.
Or order a case. So check out the Tragically Hip's new lager. Sounds pretty cool.
Tim, let's pull in our guest because I have another story, and I know he would like to comment on this. It is 3-time guest for the very first time on the pod. It is comedian Jeff Leeson.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
What an incredible honor. What an honor. This is a dream right here, guys. This, to be honest, when I got into the entertainment business, my dream, my vision was just to be able to do the 3BeerPod 3 times. So that's one for every beer in the title that I've been in now. I mean, this is probably I'm going to retire. I think tonight it doesn't get any better than this. So
it's been a good run. It's been
an amazing run. Just incredible. So there's absolutely nothing more I can accomplish in my career. So I think this is it. So thank you guys for having me.
Cheerio. Thank you.
Third time. Incredible, guys. Thank you. I'm honored. I truly am honored.
Well, we're happy to have you. We got another story in Beer Buzz here, Jeff. Let me pull you over here. So this story here, I figured you'd like to weigh in on this one. This is from the Chatham-Kent Police. They saw a broken window. Officers saw a broken window when they arrived. Video surveillance showed that a person had taken a case of beer from an establishment. Police dog arrived. They tracked the suspect, and they found him in a nearby field drinking said case of beer.
Wow. In the field.
In the field.
He couldn't even wait till he got home.
No.
It's a hell of a getaway.
That must be really good beer. Do we know the type of beer that it was?
We do not. But I do know that a couple of the officers from the Chatham-Kent Police Department are watching. So if they would like to weigh in and send a quick text, we would like to have further information on what beer that he only made it about 500 meters from the door.
And also, great bust, boys. That's huge. Really got your couple of callers there, huh? You got you really, I say a promotion is in order here.
I would say.
Hey, have you guys found that guy yet? Oh, yeah. Turns out he was in the field around the corner. So we're gonna take a lunch now, if you don't mind.
Can you just imagine that the officers are all standing around? Yeah, bring in the police dog. Meanwhile, the guy's chugging right over their shoulder. He's just like, yeah, we'll get that police dog here, and we'll find the guy right away.
Whoever that I don't know if we can find out, or if we do in the future, whoever's beer that is, that's a great marketing, slogan right there. Like, it's so good, you'll drink it in a field. You won't even want to wait to get home to have our beer. Open it in the field around the corner. That's how good our stuff is.
Be prepared to crack it open before you get home.
Absolutely. That's brilliant marketing here.
That's a good one. I don't know if you heard this story last week, Jeff. Our last episode 9, was Do Those Kittens Have Buttholes? That was our title of the episode. Did you hear the story out of Toronto about the cat that was born without a butthole?
No.
It's a real story.
Is this real?
Yeah,
you're sure? Oh, this is wow. Tough news day that day for Blog TO, or what?
Yeah. Or a big news day, really, depending on how you look at it, right?
Wow. So the cat was born just with no
balloon knot. Yeah.
How does it relieve itself?
Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah. That's the problem.
This is the story last week. So we brought it to the beer pod last week, and the conversation was that was the issue. The cat, the owner was like, I bought this kitty litter. It's going to waste. Like, what's going on, cat? And then upon further review, there was no release valve for the poor kitty. And then they raised a bunch of money. And Tim, I'll let you have the honor of breaking the news.
Yeah, great follow-up to this. Cat born without anus took her first poop following surgery.
Oh, good. Yeah. I was worried if you didn't have the answers here, that I might not sleep tonight. Thinking about that poor shitless cat. But now I will have a delightful slumber, knowing that it's finally let it out.
You know who slept good is the cat. The cat finally got a good night's sleep.
Her name's Dora. There was a follow-up procedure. Not only did it not have an anus, it had some blockage. After it got an anus, they removed the blockage, and then it was able to pass its stool. So what a happy ending story on that.
Absolutely. Tough go for that cat there, but worked it out in the end, both literally and figuratively.
Both. 100%.
Good old Imodium. Good for Kitty.
Modi, that should be her name.
Modi would be better than Dora. Yeah, Modi.
Definitely. She's not an explorer. You don't explore if you don't have an asshole. You stay at home. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You never know. At any moment, that's coming out. But so she's not a Dora. Yeah.
Well, that's very true. That's very true. And it was probably Swiper had something to do with the game. Comedian Jeff Leeson with us. He was on season 2, episode 3, season 4, episode 8. Now back for season 5, episode 10. The season, I'm going to say finale, but really it is the finale for season 5. Jeff, we appreciate you being here. You have a YouTube channel, and you just released this yesterday. And I've known you for a bunch of years. I used to get you on the radio when you were much, much younger. And I remember one of the first questions, or one of the first things you told me, you said, yeah, I started telling jokes at 14. And I was like, yeah, we all did, buddy. And you broke it down in your YouTube video, and I thought it was really well done. It was kind of neat to hear the story. Could you kind of give us the Coles Notes version? Because we want people to go to your YouTube channel to watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for watching that. I appreciate it. The full story is on my YouTube channel. The Jeff Leeson Show is what it is on YouTube. But yeah, I started, I was the valedictorian of my grade 8 class, and I was a big comedy fan, and I I had this sort of, I guess, awakening as the valedictorian. That I got a standing ovation. It went really well, and it went great. And I don't know. There was something that it was something I realized, like, I want that feeling and I want to do that. And so I wanted to do comedy and try it out. And I found out you do 5 minutes of 5 minutes at an amateur night, and basically my mom wouldn't let me, but let me try it in a different way, and it explains more in the video. But we sort of independently did our own show, and so that's kind of how I started, and it went from there, and that was over 20 years ago now, which is absolutely crazy.
Tim and I are always sharing your videos back and forth. You're called the king of crowd work, and the way you implement a crowd into the show, and it's just like it's like you have it planned, but you obviously don't have it planned. At 14, when did that develop? It wasn't at 14. You weren't ripping on your friends in the crowd, were you? Or when did that come into your stand up?
No, that's a great question. No, you know what? When I would so that started around, I'm going to say around the 8 to 9 year mark. I think I was about 20, maybe 7, like 21 to 23, somewhere in there. So It was after some time that I had been on the road, and it really, before I did that, I would have little chunks of my show that involved the audience in some way. Sometimes it was organic with a heckler, or sometimes I would just ask somebody a question as a setup for a joke. And my a friend of mine came to a couple of shows, and he was like, "You should." The stuff where you talk to the audience seems to be getting a better reaction than the stuff you wrote, which is, of course, always what you want to hear as a comedian. But he was like, they seem to be reacting, more to that. And you seem more comfortable doing that than saying the same jokes over and over, because I was kind of almost burned out in a way, because I had this the same sort of act for so long. And so I had this I don't know what you want to call it, a epiphany moment of clarity, whatever it was. And one night I was doing a show in a small town called Cannington. You ever heard of that?
No, you got me on that one.
Very, very small town. And I just decided that night, I said, you know what? I'm just going to try a whole show unrehearsed. But until that time, I told my friend that's impossible, dude. There's no way to do this. Like, how would I know where to go or what to do? And little by little, I tried a little bit more. And then one night in Cannington, I just decided to try it out. And it was like really freeing. And it felt it was so scary to do, and so nerve-wracking, but also the reaction and the reward was so high. So it was a super high risk with a really, really high reward that ended up being worth it. And so from then on, there was some fine tuning to make it a show. And obviously you have to be ready for anybody that doesn't want to play around, anybody that's being a little too serious. Some crowds just straight up do not want to be talked to. So you have to have all these fail safes in place. But for me, the most fun and the most exciting is to play around and see where it goes.
Well, I don't do drugs, but I'm assuming that that when the show's done and you've had a show like that where you're just nailing jokes with the crowd and you're just buzzing, like, you've got to probably just walk out of there like a heavyweight champion of the world. Like, fuck yeah, I just killed it tonight. Like, that's got to be the best feeling.
Oh, it's the best. What's interesting is when you do really well, there's no feeling like it. And when you bomb, there's also no feeling like that either. Like, it's such a high and such a low. There is in between where sometimes it's like, sometimes you go, I eat just eke that one out. I just got by there. And sometimes you're having a terrible night and your last 5 minutes kills and they walk away thinking the show was great because all they really remember is the last few minutes anyway. So, but yeah, the feeling of it is like, it's like being on a roller coaster while you're also doing heroin and cocaine at the same time. Like there's
cannot relate to that at all, but man, does that sound like a hell of a ride.
Yeah, it sure it's I've never done drugs either. Like I don't do drugs, but I would imagine that the reason that people do is to kind of feel similar to that in a way, for some or whatever the drugs are. But yeah, it's an intense feeling and becomes very difficult to sleep and kind of come down from that. So it's but yeah, it's something I got during my valedictorian speech when I was 14. It was like taking that drug for the first time, and I've basically been chasing that feeling ever since then.
So what's the bounce back like then when shit goes south? Like how do you bring yourself to that next show? Like it happens to every comedian, obviously, that the crowd didn't fit your style or something like. So how do you bounce back from when it doesn't go well?
Great question, and it's you really have to know why. You have to understand. One of the biggest ways to get over that is to really truly understand the true reason of why that went south, because it's not as simple as I'm bad or I suck. Because you've had good shows before. Right. So you can look at it and say there was something about that. And honestly, it is so crazy. The smallest, tiniest little thing you would never even think of could be the reason. I remember I had a buddy that used to wear on his arm, he used to wear like an armband, like a wrist, like a sweat wristband, but he wore it up here near the elbow. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That was his style. And he would wear t-shirts and that. Okay. And we would do a lot of shows together, and typically we would do like colleges and stuff like that, where we're young, they're young, they wear that kind of same thing too. One night we go to like a Legion or something, and it's an older crowd, and we were on this run where he was killing, and all of a sudden we get to this Legion and it was a hard bomb, and there was absolutely no reason why. And we whittled it down to the fact that in this particular place, they just simply did not like the fact that he was young and that he looked like that. And then I was talking to this couple after, and they were like, that was a great show. Your buddy with the armband had a tough night. And just the way they said it, immediately I got into all of their heads and realized, as soon as they saw that, they're like, oh, look at this kid with his armband up. It's a wristband on his elbow. It's like something like that. And so, sometimes it's as little as that. And sometimes it's just like, you might say something that you would never think not to say, that's not really offensive, but one table or two tables takes offense and they're out, and then other people start to go out. So once you understand the real reason why it happened, then you can come to the next show, and you've also learned like how to spot that out. Like for him, if you walk in, you see a bunch of old people, go out to your car and grab a dress shirt and take the goddamn armband off, and you'll be fine,
Right. Yep.
And that was a big, like, learning, that was a hilarious thing to learn. But yeah, you're always learning. So it's very important to know the reason why, so that the next time you can know what to look for and hopefully avoid it.
We were saying that after a good show, it's like you're on drugs, and after you bomb and have to leave Cannington, and you're looking for a drug dealer on the streets, trying to do drugs, like you end up with the same feeling, I guess, probably at the end of the night. You're like, I'm in Cannington. Where do you buy drugs in Cannington? Behind the Legion, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, they're very easy to get there. It's a very small town with nothing to do. They got drugs for sure. They need it.
The drug dealers are buzzing. They're like, couple comedians tonight down at the Legion. One of them bombs. We're gonna make a killing. We'll make a killing.
Yeah,
Killing today.
it's really bad. I don't know how to. The feeling would be like, I guess the most equivalent would be like if you had to deliver a speech in public, but you're completely naked. Everyone you know is there, including your own family. And what you have to talk about is something incredibly uncomfortable that you don't want your family to hear. Like that sinking, gross feeling in your head, and knowing you can't go anywhere for a little while and you just have to take it. It's tough. It's really bad.
I was picturing that as the Kennington Tourism slogan. Like, hi, I'm Jeff Leeson for Kennington Tourism. When you have to stand naked in front of people, Kennington is the place to be.
Oh, dude, their actual slogan there is something like "breathe it in" or "take it in," because they built a cannabis grow
Yep.
place wherever they grow it. Anyway, and they all smell it, and they changed the name, the slogan to "breathe it in," because around that area you can smell weed all the time.
Just embraced it, eh? They just took it all in. That's
They knew what people were thinking on the way in. They were sniffing, like
yeah. So like, let's roll with it. Let's just go with it.
Put it right on the sign. Yeah, you smell it. Breathe it in.
Just leaned right into it. I love it.
Yeah.
The Jeff Leeson Show. You can find him on Facebook, on YouTube. Make sure you watch that video, which was just posted yesterday, about how you started at 14. I thought it was really, really interesting. Jeff, what is going on in your life right now? We're hoping to get to step 2 in Ontario. When do you get back on stage again and start performing and start doing what you do best?
So right now we're in the middle of booking a U.S. tour because they seem to want to be done with this down there and move on. So yeah, and that's for September, and we just planning it now to get everything organized. So I think there's going to be a couple of sort of smaller, socially distanced, maybe outdoor events going on throughout the summer, July and August, maybe a couple here and there. But for like back on the road full time, it'll be September, and it'll go hopefully right straight through till the end of the year.
Very cool. Very cool. Jeff has been a guest a bunch of times. We are going to do something with you as soon as the province allows us to do something. We've got some good plans, and we're hoping to get it set up. Tim, did you have anything else before we leaned into
Jeff, did I see you in a commercial for like mortgages or something?
Yep, you sure did.
With like was that filmed during the pandemic time, or was that something that was done beforehand?
That was filmed I'd say about 6 years ago now.
Seriously?
Yeah,
I just saw it like a few months ago on like CP24 or something. They're really getting their money worth out of that then.
Dude, I've been in the entertainment industry for over 20 years in some way. I've done tons of stand-up comedy, all kinds of. The thing I get recognized the most for by far is having no money in a commercial.
Yeah, you had like a whole family and shit.
Yeah. Are you the guy who's losing his family in that mortgage commercial? Yes, I am. Yeah.
Oh God, I think that's Jeff Leeson. He's got a family and he needs some help with his mortgage.
Yeah, there was I did some video on Facebook for a company, like another commercial, but it was like a social media thing. And one of the comments was, that's the guy from the mortgage thing. But that was filmed so long ago, and I forget about that all the time. And then somebody will bring it up. But it's amazing. Yeah. It was fun. We did 2 of them, and the first one was just me in a variety of scenarios, and one of them was like an underwater shot because it felt like I was drowning in all of my debt. And and so and as a comedian, I have experienced debt, so I really felt like I was the right guy for that role.
You could really sell it. Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. The pain in my face you see is real.
It's real life. Last time we had Jeff on, we kind of threw a game at him, and this is we have been wanting to have you back ever since. It's a game we called the Name Game, where we show you a picture, and then we just make up the backstory of what's going on in the picture. It's obviously it's not a history lesson, but it's a little backstory of what's going on. I thought we would. I've actually got 10 of them. We're not going to do all 10 of them. We'll save that for appearance number 4.
Yes.
But we got a couple. We're going to play the Name Game today. Okay.
Oh, I'm so excited.
All right. So let's start with. Well, here's one kind of topical. This is our friend Dougie Ford, Fresh Ford.
Yeah.
And this is him.
I've done that so many times. I know exactly what he's going through. I feel for I know we're all mad at him or whatever, but I really feel for him here.
Is it upside down and over? What is going on there?
Is it upside down? Oh,
I think it's upside down too. I think it's upside down, and he's wearing it like a blindfold. Like he's just totally checked out on that one.
I think it would be great if he just came out for his next press conference like that and was like, I don't know, guys. I don't have a clue what's going on.
I think he'd be more relatable if he did that. I think people would like him because they'd be like, oh, man, you know what? I thought I was the only one that was putting my masks in my eyes. Now we know the leader has done it too. And this is where is he stepping back? Has he tagged her in here to go and he stepped back? Yeah.
This is that situation. It always happens where they're trying to be like, we are always keeping our distance, always. And then he tagged Christine Elliott in, and obviously then he does that weird square dance shuffle to the back.
Yeah.
It's so awkward. It is the worst.
Yeah. And
what's the guy doing in the back?
Well, is that Dr. Williams who's like, dude, that's not how you wear a mask?
No, that guy's thinking, man, I could so do this idiot's job.
Yeah, why is this guy the premier?
Yeah, this guy put his diaper on his face the right way. He's got, you can see on his tie there, he's got some sort of hidden camera pin just to keep tabs so he can take it back to all his friends and go, look at the way this idiot puts his mask on.
Oh, that's amazing.
I get the feeling that Elliot is actually not in the middle of a speech. She just stops. She's like, get a picture of this. Get a picture of this. Is he doing it again? He's doing it. He's doing it, isn't he?
Oh, that's awesome.
Is that? I thought that was Kathleen Turner. Is that not?
Oh, is that Kathleen Turner?
Oh, I thought that's somebody else. Okay. Nice turtleneck, though. That was a good pick for that press conference.
All right, here's one. This is we got a couple of vintage picks now for the Name Game. This would be a little background necessary on this one here.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a for sure. For sure. What's going on here? Looks like a police officer trying to identify Cinderella and which shoe fits. This is a really odd state fair event.
Where did you find this, Cloudy?
You know, I actually think that this picture really doesn't have anything to do with his outfit there. I think that's just his job. But what we're seeing,
it's his job.
Yeah, this is not his job. I think he came from his job. And what we're seeing here is the first ever documentation of the first man with a foot fetish.
Wow.
This is it. This is a vintage photo. This is in a museum somewhere.
He built like a wrestling ring looking thing there. And, got all of his female friends together and said, I don't want to tell you exactly what we're doing here, but if I could just put this sheet over your face for a few minutes, I don't want you to see what I'm about to do. But keep the feet out if you don't mind. And then looks like there you can see kind of in the background that his buddy showed up, try to get in on it.
Peeking over the edge.
Yeah. Hey, man, I like feet too. Can I come down there, or did you want to see mine? Maybe his feet are next. Who knows?
Maybe they slip his buddies into one of their shoes, and he has to pick which one is. Yeah. He's like, this will be funny if you rub my feet.
That'd be a great. Maybe this is a state fair game where you got to pick the feet of the man. Which one of these feet belongs to your buddy Mike?
Or state fair, they have to guess the weight of the person just judging by their feet. That might be.
That's a risky game right there, pal.
That's a risky. Stay away from that one.
What a historical photo we just saw.
Very historical. We have a couple other ones. Let's go here. A little background story on this one. What do you think here on this family right here?
Well, first of all, I don't think that guy is even part of that family. I think he broke in during picture time and just laid down in behind. I think he was arrested shortly after this.
He was drinking beer in a field after this photo was taken, for sure.
That looks like Randy from the Trailer Park Boys, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But he does not look like either of those kids. So no. I don't think he's belongs there. Either that, or maybe he was the photographer and he's just playing a joke. He said, "All right, I'm gonna set the camera to go off on its own. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna take my pants off here."
You know, it's always that one when you have kids, you're taking photos, and you got that one guy behind who's like, "Come on, up here, up here, up here." Yeah. He's like, "Let me just get in the picture. We'll get a quick snap. We'll move on. Move on."
Oh wow,
it's a solid name game. Yeah, entry here.
You guys should have that guy on Dad Pod.
That's a good call.
That's somebody you want to interview. Whoever you are, sir, get in touch with these gentlemen. Yes. That's a dad for sure. I don't know if he's a dad to those children, but he's definitely a dad.
Giving off heavy dad vibes there. Another vintage one here. Another vintage one. The background story in this one, if you will, here.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
I had the story in my head that this was me at your first appearance at the radio station when I had you on at about 18. And this,
wow.
In this, I'm like, "Welcome, Jeff Leeson, everybody." And then you walked into the studio.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was impressed for sure.
Right away, I can tell you that if that was the case, I would have left immediately. Just the glasses there are giving off a bit of a rapey vibe. No.
Yes. There's a lot going on there. The mustache doesn't help me either.
Yeah. Are we in 100% agreement? This guy for sure owns a white van.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Airbrushed, of course, with like a cobra on the side.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, he's not a weirdo. I mean, it's got to have some kind of art on the side.
I just like that guy. I've worked with a lot of those guys right there.
I thought you were going to say you worked with that guy.
I might have. Yeah, he's probably still reading birthdays somewhere. All right, let's do one more. Okay, one more. I have a couple others, but let's end here. This is one that was taken last week at the G7 summit. This is Prime Minister Trudeau and Prime Minister Boris Johnson.
Oh, I thought that was Gary Busey. Who is that? Who is this guy?
That's Boris Johnson, the English Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the Prime Minister?
Yeah. Which one?
Was it? Fair. Nice call. Yeah. These guys must just giggle about the fact that they're running two countries.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
Look, you can tell they're smiling under. Well, the one guy looks like he went through some sort of windstorm to get there. Look at his hair.
That's actually tame for what it has been in the past. I think he's got out of it.
That might be because it's a side shot. If we could see the front, front of that thing, it could be all over the place. But wow, what a meeting of the minds here.
Meeting of the minds.
Can you imagine seeing this photo in a history textbook in 50 years? What the hell people are going to think of this time? That's amazing.
They're going to think Canada and Britain formed some sort of odd alliance. Are we in? Yes, of course we're in. Touch elbows. Touch elbows.
Oh,
Looks like they had just finished a dance, and Boris is like, "My pleasure. Thank you.
oh
Thank
man.
you." Do you
If
get
you
the
look,
feeling? Go ahead, Jeff.
sorry, I was gonna say, if you look where Boris's hand is there in this picture, it looks like he's holding something and jabbing it into his own armpit.
Yeah.
Like even
It
he
does.
can't stand this guy.
Yeah.
I've
That's a
had enough.
Photoshop. Yeah. Yeah. That's a Photoshop that needs to happen for sure.
This could have also been a fist pump or a fist pound gone bad, and they've just missed altogether and just ended up elbow to elbow.
That's a terrible whiff.
They
Yeah.
both fell forward. Hey, fist bump. Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me. I thought we were going to hit fists there, but caught your
no.
elbow.
Do you get the
That's amazing.
feeling that Trudeau is just like, obviously, as a prime minister, he wants the pandemic done, but part of him is like, then I'll have to get my hair cut. I get the feeling he's just like, I'm just finally, now that I can't get my hair cut, I'm letting the flow back into my life. Like I've got
I
a
was gonna
flow
say,
going
isn't
on
that the
here.
story of your life right now, Cloudy?
Yeah, like it's the only time in my life I've let it grow this long is because I can't get a haircut. I feel Trudeau is the same way. Like, what's his wife's name? She's probably like, oh, you got to cut that mop, and he's like, no, bringing it back, just like when I was a teacher.
Imagine this whole thing was set up by him because he didn't want to shave or get a haircut, but he knew he would be ridiculed and thrown out of office for it. They'd be like, what's going on? But he was like, I just want to grow my hair. I want to let the beard go, but there needs to be some way to do it. How do I do it? And then he heard about some thing going on in China, and he was like, this is the perfect opportunity.
We're in. Boris, are you in? Yes. Yes.
Of course. Of course I'm in now. Touch my elbow.
I love it. I
Oh,
love
that's
it.
great stuff.
That's awesome. Jeff, thanks again for your time. We appreciate it. We're definitely having a fourth visit. I'll gather some more photos and we'll get you back on here again. And we can't wait to do something with you when we're allowed to do something with you. That sounds
absolutely.
really weird.
No, I know what you mean. Well,
Yeah.
I don't even want to explain it, just so people have all kinds of thoughts in their mind right now.
It's gonna be special, guys. It's gonna be special.
It's going to be big. It's going to
Very
be big.
special. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Thanks for having me, and congratulations on another season. And good luck in the next season and all these special things you're doing this summer. These special occasions and one-offs. And congratulations on Dad Pod as well. I'm gonna have to become a father now just to get on it. So I never wanted kids until right now.
Over on the Dad Pod until you have children.
Yeah.
And then
I'm working
Tim,
on it. Don't worry. I'll get out there and work on it.
Jeff Leeson, the Jeff Leeson Show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that jazz. Jeff, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Jeff.
That is pretty funny. That is really, really funny.
That's a great laugh for season 10 finale-ish here, buddy.
Yeah, that kills me. I think we should, one of our one-offs, we should just go hang out in Jeff's basement, like the three of us, and we just do a pod, like just. But I bring pictures like hard copies, and I have to hold them up like this
family,
one.
Family photos. Oh man,
do this one.
Yeah,
do this one,
dude. I'm looking forward to. We got some ideas for sure. Yeah. Obviously, nothing totally planned yet, but man, it'd be fun to have him out for a night with the friends of the 3Beer podcast. It'd be good times.
Timber, we speaking of the summer, we have officially. Are we going to talk about this? You want to mention that we booked this?
Yeah, for sure.
We're doing a little summer road trip to the Muskoka Beer Spa.
Yeah,
I am pumped for this.
This is going to be awesome, dude.
Yeah.
We had them on last summer in dreaming about going somewhere last summer. Mm-hmm. We did an episode with them, and we booked it this week. We're going. We're going to be all we're all vaxxed up already right now. Double vaxxed, ready to roll. We'll give her some time to kick in here. And then we'll go to the beer spa. And we're going to take it all in, buddy.
We were looking at the map. Is it Torrance? Torrance, and I got to double check. It's up in the Muskoka region near Gravenhurst.
Yeah.
So we had Googled it, and we're like, this is sweet. And then how many breweries were within a a radius.
It looked like a
there's
dozen.
tons.
Yeah, it looked like a dozen. That's going to be a good trip. We're going to bring someone to drive us around. We're going to hire a chauffeur, and we're going to hit up a dozen breweries. It's going to be a great summer.
Yeah, we're going to be buzzing. I'm looking forward to that. MuskokaBeerSpot.com. And who knows, maybe we can do a show from there on one of the paddle boats. Just you and I paddling off into the sunset.
That's a great ending. We're going to have to bring our video team with us, obviously. I'm looking forward to taking it all in, man. It's going to be great. Keg of beer in the room. Can't beat it.
Yes.
In the cottage? We're in a cottage, right? Little cottage?
We're in a cabin. We've got a cabin. They've got multiple cabins, MuskokaBeerSpot.com. There's a cabin, and there's as many VHS movies as you want. Like, there's just a library of VHS movies. It's on a lake. Breweries are close by. There is a brewery. Clear Lake Brewing is the so we'll be sitting on that patio. They'll bring a keg to the room. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Gonna be awesome, dude. Looking forward to it.
Caller number 6 right now will join us.
All right.
No, sorry.
Standing by.
MuskokaBeerSpot.com. We'll talk more about that. It might be one of our little pop-up summer vids that we have on the pod. Timmer, we got anything else here? Did you want to get to? I want to make sure before.
No, I think that was it, buddy. I wanted to get the beer spa in there. Looking forward to Jeff Leeson doing something with him. Love to do something this summer, man.
Yes.
Let's get on that. No, that's been it, dude. I think we're cutting a couple episodes short, but we're going to have some stuff thrown at you during the summertime. So don't feel like you've been shortchanged on season 5.
You're going to get your money's worth.
Get your money's worth for season 5.
Don't forget to download and listen to this pod. You can do that wherever you get your podcasts. Watch on YouTube, subscribe, do all that stuff that you're supposed to do. Instagram, wherever you're watching this or listening to it. And the Dad Pod, which comes out just throughout the summer. You can download that wherever you get your podcast. For Tim, I am Chris. For Jeff Leeson, I'm still Chris. And for the cat with no butthole,
I was a donor. I helped make that happen. I want that buttholeless cat to know that I donated.
If you recognize that butthole,
I help.
Like, subscribe, and rate on the butthole. Timmer, thanks, buddy. That's the pod for season 5.
Thanks, Cloudy.